Morning everyone, it's Victoria from Elysium Aesthetics Health and Wellbeing in Fakenham in North Norfolk. So this little video I'm going to talk about the glabella. You can see mine clearly because I have a very heavy brow. I have a lot of muscle and I'm very expressive, as you can see. So Botox for me is tricky. And there are lots of ladies my age, I'm 47, lots of ladies my age who are tricky. So it's incredibly important that you don't just know how to inject the glabella or the frontalis or the orbicularis oculi, which is crow's feet, horizontal lines, and these lovely 11s that some people call them. So with me, you can see this, my post wrist muscle, that little muscle here just bumps up, and the whole thing, all of these muscles I'm going to explain to you, work as a team. So these are your corrugators, and all they do is corrugate. So they pull in and down. They work with the frontalis that I'm going to talk about in a different video. So these, it's quite hard to see on a small screen. However, you can see these muscles on me because they're superficial and they're strong. So we inject here, and we inject here, and we inject here, but for me, I would keep those injections superficial, because if you go too deep, you put too much in, what will happen is you can get the muscles underneath, or you can drop these down, because they'll have no ability to keep that upward look. So if you inject Botox too deep, you put too much in, or you get it in the wrong place, what happens is you end up doing that. So people feel like that, and it's heavy, and you cannot then, once you've turned those muscles off, once you turn off the communication between the nerve and the muscle, you cannot then lift. And for someone who's got heavy eyelids like me, you can see they're quite heavy all the way along there. That feeling is horrible, and it makes these eyes look small. You would have seen it on TV and different celebrities that come up when they've had the wrong or too much aesthetic treatments, and they just look like that. If you then also inject below this line, on me you can see where it separates. So these muscles are what hold everything up or down. They work as a team with the glabella. So procerus, corrugators, frontalis. So these pull up, these come down. If you inject the elevators, if you inject the frontalis, which the job is to elevate here, if you inject this, you'll do that. So if you inject too deep and too low, you end up with hooded, low, straight eyebrows, which is a horrible feeling for anybody. So you need to inject above there. You don't want to inject in this triangle. You want to inject above it, and above it, to keep everything moving nicely. If you inject down here, you're going to do that. If you inject too deep here, you're going to do that. So you've got to keep the injections above there, above here, not in there, but you can inject a little bit out there in order to avoid these lines, and inject in the corrugator. But make sure that you are very clear about where the muscles are, the dosing that you need. Better to underdose and get them back in a couple of weeks to do a review, rather than put too much in and cause a problem that you can't resolve. You can always put more in, but you can't take it out. You have to let it wear off. And again, make sure everything is incredibly clean, and ensure that you have had a consultation, face-to-face consultation with a medical prescriber. That's a medical doctor, a prescribing nurse, prescribing dentist, or a prescribing pharmacist, obviously prescribing dentist, or a pharmacist who's trained in aesthetics and safe to prescribe, and that your practitioner should be the one that prescribes for you. If they're not, you must have a face-to-face consultation with a prescriber every 6 months. You need to ensure that those products have come from a regulated pharmacy. So check their insurance, training, qualifications, education, check them out online. You can have a consultation and then book in a treatment anywhere down the line within 6 months. But you must make sure that you have these things in place, because Botox can be obtained pretty much anywhere but you must make sure that yours comes from a regulated pharmacy by a registered practitioner who is a prescriber.